is Where in Time and Space, and today I'll be reviewing the Doctor Who Series 8 original television soundtrack. So now I'm going to talk about the packaging of this soundtrack. So on the front, as you can see, we have Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor, and Jenna Coleman, Clara Oswald, and we have this sort of like commonly used Series 8 promotional image with the TARDIS in the background, and then BBC Doctor Who logo, as well as Series 8, which we see with this lasery effect, which is usually given to the soundtracks, as well as original television soundtrack music by Murray Gold. On the top, we have BBC Doctor Who Series 8, music by Murray Gold, 3 CD set. And then on the side, we have Doctor Who BBC Series 8, music by Murray Gold, 3 CD set again. On the bottom, we have Silver Screen Records, as well as the BBC logo, as well as some links to some websites, as well as legal rubbish. On the back, we have the cogs in the background from the opening sequence, and then we have number 1, the Doctor Who theme on disc 1, number 2, A Good Man, 12's theme, Deep Breath, Into a Dalek, Robot of Sherwood, and Listen, as well as their track numbers for the tracks inside those episodes. On disc 2, we have Time Heist, The Caretaker, Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, In the Forest of the Night, Dark Water, and / Death in Heaven, as well as those track numbers as well. On disc 3, we just have Last Christmas, as well as the track numbers. Then we have the National Orchestra of Wales, conducted by Ben Foster and James Shearman. But we then have a barcode, Silver Screen Records, and BBC, as well as some more legal rubbish. And now I'm going to look at the album outside of its cardboard case. So I was just now reviewing this cardboard case, which we get with quite a lot of things, including the Series 8 box set. But now it's come with this. Now it's come with the soundtrack too. So unlike the Series 7 soundtrack, we get a plastic case instead of a paper one or cardboard one, which I think looks a lot nicer. It is also quite thick as well, but I don't mind that really. So on the front, we get the same design as on the front of here as well, so I don't really want to go into detail of that. On the side, it's a bit different. It's just a bit stretched out with the Silver Screen Records logo, Doctor Who Series 8, music by Murray Gold, 3 CD disc set. Full focus. It might or might not. No, it's not going to focus, but you can just make out that it says that. Yeah, and then on the back, it is a different design compared to the cardboard casing, as we get the cogs on here, but the vortex and planet on here. So as you can see, there's the vortex and planet, and then we get the same tracks there, as well as the National Orchestra of Wales, conducted by Ben Foster and James Shearman, and then some legal rubbish, Silver Screen, and Doctor Who there too. The base doesn't have anything, the top doesn't have anything, so now I'm going to view what's inside of the case. And here we have the first CD, and we have the Silver Screen Records at the top, disc 1, Doctor Who theme Series 8, A Good Man, 12's theme, and Deep Breath, Into the Dalek, Robot of Sherwood, and Listen are the episodes on this disc. We have the Doctor, I think, from Last Christmas, and we have the sort of escape pod ship that the Half-Faced Man used, but obviously didn't succeed, as well as St. Paul's Cathedral. So it is quite a mashed up artwork of the series and the Christmas special, since this was taken from Last Christmas, that was taken from Deep Breath, and this was taken from Dark Water or Death in Heaven. Then we have the BBC Doctor Who logo, as well as Series 8 with the lasery sort of effect, and original television soundtrack, music by Murray Gold. As well, on the outside you can see it has Legal Rubbish, but underneath this disc we get a picture of Clara from The Caretaker. Now I'll move on to disc 2, which is in the next section. There's 2 sections of this, so explaining why it's a double-sized album. So here we have the second disc. So we have Silver Screen Records, disc 2, Time Heist, The Caretaker, Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, In the Forest of the Night, Dark Water / Death in Heaven. And we have Clara here with St. Paul's Cathedral in the background of 2 Cybermen. You can make out just half a head of one. BBC Doctor Who logo again, Series 8, original television soundtrack, music by Murray Gold. And on the outside we have Legal Rubbish as well. Now on the back of this one there is no artwork, but there is some booklets which I got with this, so I'll explain them later. Now on disc 3 we have Nick Frost portrayed as Santa, and here we have on disc 3 Last Christmas and Silver Screen Records at the top 2. BBC Doctor Who logo, the lasery Series 8 effect, and original television soundtrack, music by Murray Gold, and legal stuff around the outside too as well. And on the back we have the Flatline TARDIS, which has been shrunk, and the Doctor just coming out. So now I'm going to review the booklets. So if I can open the first section, we have this first booklet, which comes with every soundtrack. And so on the front we have the Doctor from the Listen promotional image, I think, or it's on the back of the Series 8 series box set, and I think it's from Listen. It might not, but it comes it has on the front BBC Doctor Who Series 8 lasery effect and original television soundtrack, music by Murray Gold. And we have the chalkboard written with stuff, and what I quite like is that it's been carried on around the back as well, with some mathematical stuff as well, and at the bottom just some legal rubbish there too. Now inside on the first page we have the TARDIS and the Doctor stepping out from the forest of the night, or in the night of the night. So we have a brief summary of the soundtrack here by Murray Gold. On the next page we have this one with Strax pouring some tea, Flastra, and a robot from Robot of Sherwood. And then we have the Doctor Who theme, the Good Man 12 theme, and a summary of them as well as the Doctor looking at an arrow being which was shot by Robin Hood. We have Deep Breath then with the tracks on the track names on there. Then we have a summary of that, and then Missy's theme, which has its own summary too. Then we have Half Face Man here, and the dinosaur almost like roaring at Big Ben. Then we have Into a Dalek with the track names there, and a brief summary there too. If it will focus, you might be able to read what it's saying. And then we have the soldier man that got shot by the Dalek antibodies. Then we have Robot of Sherwood with the track names as well as a summary. Then we have a picture of Clara and Robin Hood shooting or practicing to shoot something. And strangely, it doesn't have any pictures for Listen, but on the other side we have Listen, but it carries on the photo of Robin Hood and Clara, as well in the corners of a robot there too. So it has a brief summary of the tracks and the description of them. Then we have Disc 2 with a picture of Courtney and the space woman in the episode Kill the Moon. And then we have the caretaker picture as well of the guy who saw the foretold, and then we have the 12th Doctor in Time Heist. And then we have on this side Time Heist with the tracks and the summary of them too. We also have a guard in his armor, and on the back, on the corner, we have the back of the guard as well as the teller and some criminals. Now we have the caretaker, and there's only one track for the caretaker, and it gives a brief description of that. The Scorebox Blitzer and Clara holding back Danny. Then we have Kill the Moon with the Doctor in his orange spacesuit, which we've seen quite often now. And we have 3 tracks there and a description, quite a small description. Next we have Mummy on the Orient Express, and we have the tracks there too, and then quite a long description there as well as the woman whose grandmother died by the foretold first. And at the bottom, for some people who probably might get very sad, is that it says the Fox's recording of Don't Stop Me Now was not available for inclusion on this release. So that's quite sad for some people who wanted to see that. I did, but we didn't get it. So now we go on the Flatline page, and the 2 tracks there, and brief description of that, as well as Clara pointing the sonic screwdriver, and the Doctor with some tech glasses. Then we have a double page spread of In the Forest of the Night, except this time it doesn't have any other episode on the other side. So we have the Eve, I think her name is, running, and 3 tracks from this episode, as well as a summary, and Danny with 2 students, as well as the TARDIS being covered by vines and people ripping them off, and the Doctor and Clara talking. Then we have Darkwater / Death in Heaven, and we have a Cyberman, a nice big picture of the Cyberman, as well as a lot of songs from the finale, and a quite big summary of the music, as well as the Doctor, Missy, and the AI interface. Then we have Disc 3, which this time doesn't have its own page, but just a little column on the side, as well as Last Christmas tracks, and then a massive summary of the episode, as well as saying at the bottom, Murray Gold, Los Angeles, March 2015. Then we go on to the final page of the Doctor, in his caretaker outfit, talking to the Scorebox Blitzer, pretending to be its leader, and the credits. And yeah, that's it for this booklet. So now I'll go on to the second booklet, which is the artwork. So I won't talk through this, I'll just show you the artwork. This was exclusive to pre-ordering on TM Store. So I'll just show you this. It's by Stuart Manning, the Radio Time posters. So yeah, you can record them and pause it. So it's quite nice artwork, it's nice inclusion, and that's it for this soundtrack. So it's quite a nice soundtrack. I'd recommend it to anyone. It's a great feature. It has so many different features, like the booklet, the case, the exclusive booklet if you pre-ordered it, and yeah, it's a really nice soundtrack. I'd recommend it to anyone because it's a good soundtrack to start from if you haven't really been introduced to them, because it's a new Doctor. You get a lot of new tracks on it. Everything I think on here is practically new, apart from maybe the majestic tale of an idiot in a box. It's really nice. And yeah, thank you for watching this review. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you want to see any more, and goodbye.